Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. We are now shifting our focus once again back to London, to the United Kingdom, where in a short while from now, you will have Rishi Sunak having an audience with the King as he takes on as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, one of the youngest Prime Ministers that the UK is going to see. This comes shortly after that 45-day stint of Liz Truss as the Prime Minister. But this is going to be no easy time for Rishi Sunak to become the Prime Minister. The economic challenges for United Kingdom are many. What is going to be his plan as far as fixing the fiscal issues for United Kingdom's economy? What is going to be his decision on tackling inflation? How does he ensure that people have 3 meals a day? What is going to be the public sector pay cuts and the protests? How is he going to tackle that? NHS winter crisis and service pressure. That's something that we see happening during these peak winter months almost as an annual problem. The energy subsidies and blackouts continue to be a huge issue for the leadership at United Kingdom. Decision on Northern Ireland Protocol, that's going to be a challenge for Rishi Sunak as well. Raising pensions in line with inflation. As I said, you've already seen the pound hit a new time low with bonds taking a hit as well. So look at the visuals that we're putting out on our screens. On one hand, you see visuals outside the Buckingham Palace, and the other side of the screen are visuals of 10 Downing Street when Rishi Sunak actually met his supporters when you had Penny Mordaunt actually officially withdrawing from the race to become the Prime Minister. This after Boris Johnson had already opted out. But what are we awaiting? We're awaiting that first statement of Rishi Sunak where he actually details his plan that his team, his cabinet has for the people of United Kingdom. My colleague Sanjay Suri is now joining us on the broadcast. He's been reporting for us from London. He's outside the 10 Downing Street where the action will shift in a short while from now. Sanjay, what really is happening on the ground? What are we expecting now? I believe we did see some visuals of activity around the Buckingham Palace. Has Rishi Sunak already gone in?
Well, Rishi Sunak, the schedule is that he will be at the Buckingham Palace about now, and he will, of course, meet with the King. He'll meet with King Charles, and there will be a very short tete-a-tete, not lengthy conversations, but those, of course, are by tradition confidential between the King and the Prime Minister, the monarch and the Prime Minister. Following that, we'll see Rishi Sunak, and it will be Prime Minister Rishi Sunak heading back here Downing Street. This is where he is going to make that a very firmly indicative policy statement, and that is where we will get some idea what he plans to do and how he plans to steer the country through these very tumultuous times that it's found itself in. It's a difficult economic situation with inflation rising and the economy sliding into a recession. Cost of living is going up. This is going to be a very, very challenging time for Britain, and a challenging time for him to have been finding himself at the helm of affairs here.
Absolutely, Sanjay. And he'll need all the support that he can garner. Any word that you're picking up in terms of what the team of Rishi Sunak is going to look like?
Well, it's going to be an inclusive team, and that is what we are gathering here, because the move has been to form a unity government. He has said that he aims to unite the party, and therefore he's very likely to include people perceived as opponents in the cabinet. And that is the kind of unity cabinet we are likely to see now.
Sanjay, a lot has been said about what this first statement of Rishi Sunak will be and what is going to be the specific measures that he speaks about to tackle the economic challenges, namely inflation and, of course, the falling pound as well. Any word that you're picking up in terms of certain measures that we could see being implemented by Rishi Sunak in days to come?
Well, we have some idea what some of these measures could be, and the sound of that has not been pleasing to the country. That spending cuts will be on the way. And that is absolutely necessary to balance the books and to stabilize the economy. But then it does mean that people will have to feel the pinch of it. People will have to pay a price for it. And people are feeling the pinch in all sorts of ways already. Just the price of everything is going up: milk, bread, eggs, fish, basic everyday food. People are paying very much more for hot water, and they will for heating, and it's not quite winter yet. With all these bills going up, there will be spending cuts. There's a fear of pay rises because there's a fear that fuel inflation. People need more money to buy stuff that's more expensive. Now, given this very difficult balance or imbalance, Rishi Sunak is going to struggle to find something that can work for the economy and also work for the people in their everyday lives. This is a very challenging moment. And Boris Johnson backed out for various reasons. One could be that he perhaps didn't want to take over at a time when everything looks so tricky.
True. Sanjay, more importantly, what will this mean for India? What will this mean for relations between both the countries? Will Rishi Sunak's background, his roots, have an impact on what the relations between both the countries could look like?
Well, we've been hearing some thoughts on this, and it would appear that, if anything, this will not be a helpful connection. And we are not quite in the realm of speculation alone here. We have some very firm indications. We had Rishi Sunak saying through the course of the hustings when he was confronting Liz Truss, and there were 12 of those occasions where they debated publicly and declared their policies and views publicly. And Rishi Sunak spelled out very clearly that there is an issue with people who are illegal immigrants. And by illegal immigrants, he does include people who are overstayers. And as it happens, there is believed to be a very large number of Indians among them. And he said that there cannot be a free trade agreement with countries unless they take back these people. So this has echoes of what former Home Secretary Suella Braverman said earlier. She then went back on her remarks where she was taking a rather hostile position on India over these migrants. But there are difficulties with this. Number one, it's not easy to identify just about who these people are, and all of them. Second, a lot of them have been here a long time, 10 years, 15 years. Their children go to school here. They have bought homes. It's very difficult to uproot them now because they don't have the papers to stay, arising from when they came a long time back. It's usual to have some sort of amnesty here. But this is a tricky area, and Rishi Sunak has spelled out his position, and that is not a position coming from a British Prime Minister of Indian origin that India will be too pleased with, and a confrontation awaits us down the line over this issue.
True. Sanjay, we'll request you to stay on with us. We'll continue to come back to you. For now, we're shifting our focus